the title of the video correctly? Wait a minute. Yeah, you all read the title of the video correctly. PG rated movies aren't kids' movies. And you want to know why? Well, there's many reasons why. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So, first off, before I actually do get into why PG rated movies aren't kids' movies, we first have to talk about how a movie gets its rating. So, there are 4 types of ratings for movies, or 4 different ratings, I should say. There's G, PG, PG-13, and R. So, G is stands for general, which means anyone of any age can see the movie. And that would be the definition of a kid's movie. Anyone of any age is able to watch the movie. Now PG stands for parental guidance. And essentially, there's some mild suggestive content in a PG rated movie. So there will be there's some swearing in there, as well as some mild adult humor and stuff like that. Some violence, stuff like that. Then there's PG-13. It's a bit similar to PG, except take what I said from that last one and then crank it up a bit. So there's loads of swearing, there's loads of violence, and then there's R, which stands for restricted. Now, there's tons of swearing, there's heavy amounts of violence, and then there's lots of adult jokes, and such. There's also another rating called NC-17, which stands for no children under the age of 17, which means if the movie is rated NC-17 and you are below 17 years old, or if you're 17 or younger, then you can't go see the movie. Even if you have an adult with you, you cannot see the movie. But that rating isn't relevant to the discussion because NC-17 movies nowadays are rare. Like, if you happen to find a movie that is rated NC-17, then that means that is an extremely rare case, because nowadays movie companies try to get an R rating at the very least. Like, they don't shoot for an NC-17 rating because because no children under 17. So if you're a teen and you want to see the movie, you can't, but then, of course, rated R movies are kind of the same thing. Although rated R movies are, the rating is more of like a suggestion in this case. Like, you are able to see the movie if you're below the age requirement, but you have to be accompanied by someone, I think. I could be thinking wrong. Maybe you have to be 17 in order to see a rated R movie, and you can't bring someone with you, or and then NC-17 is you have to be 18 or older. I'm not really sure. I don't I don't I don't remember it all, but I do know at the very least that I do know about the NC-17 rating. But anyways, I'm getting off topic here. So now I should probably explain how a movie gets a PG rating. So, what level of swearing is allowed within a PG movie? So, you are allowed to say words like damn and shit in a PG movie. However, it cannot be used in an aggressive context. So, as an example, if a character says, shit, we need to get out of here, then that's allowed within a PG movie. But if they say, all right, you little shit, it's time to finish this, then that's not allowed within a PG movie since it's used in an aggressive context. Of course, you may have noticed that with words like damn and ass being used in a non-aggressive context, as well as crap and piss. But then mature words are not allowed within a movie. I'm not going to go ahead and say them for this video because I don't want to risk getting this video age restricted. Oh, great. Now I'm sounding like I'm trying to restrict myself, but okay, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now, but words like fuck are not allowed to be said within a PG movie because if a movie says the word fuck if a PG movie says that word if a movie says that word in it, then it will get an R rating. Because that's the same case with PG-13 movies. You aren't allowed to say mature words either. But with rated PG-13 movies, you are able to use the swears, except the mature swears, in an aggressive context. You are allowed to do that. And then, of course, there is the level of humor that's allowed within a PG movie. So there can be I could be misremembering here, but there are some adult jokes slipped into a PG movie. It can't be, but it can't be like but the humor can't be you can't show anything that is heavily suggestive or something like that. It can't be, off the track is what I'm saying. You have to keep it down to a certain level. But then, of course, it only makes sense that would happen since PG movies aren't kids movies, because there's some stuff in there that is mildly suggestive and stuff like that. So this is what I think the rating is. So the rating system is kind of like video games. So for video games, you got E, E10 plus, T, and M. So this is what I think is the rating system is for the movies compared to the video games. So and the age requirement. E and rated E video games and rated G movies are for those who are 6 and older. E10 rated E10 plus video games and PG rated movies are for those who are 10 and up. And then I don't think I need to explain this next one. T rated video games and PG 13 rated movies are for those 13 and up. And then rated M video games and rated R movies are for those who are 17 and older. I don't know if there is also if there is a video game rating that is equivalent to NC-17. I'd have to check my notes, or I'd have to find some notes saying that it is, but yeah, if you noticed some stuff in PG movies that you think is not meant for kids, then that proves my point that PG rated movies are not quote unquote kids movies. And I hate it whenever people say that PG movies are kids movies, because they're clearly not kids movies. G-rated movies are the real kids movies. Okay? So if you're someone that has been saying that PG-rated movies are kids movies, stop it. G-rated movies are the real kids movies. Okay? Go ahead and spread the word. Okay? I'm not lying here. This is the truth. Anyways, thanks for watching this video about my explanation for why PG-rated movies are not quote-unquote kids movies, because it's recommended for those 10 and up at the very least. But anyways, like this video if you liked hearing my explanation on this. Share this video with others that you know, and spread the word that PG-rated movies aren't kids movies. G-rated movies are the real kids movies. This guy is right and you're wrong if you've been saying that your whole life and stuff like that. I don't know. And then subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. If you want to see me talk about more stuff that's... if you want to hear me talk about more stuff like this, if you want me to talk about some more facts about stuff that's not on just okay, yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, this feels like it could have been a Just Facts with Henry and Snouzer video, now that I'm thinking about it more. Yeah, maybe I should have saved this for Just Facts with Henry and Snouzer. Oh yeah, and for those wondering if where's Just Facts with Henry and Snouzer episode 41 is at, when is that coming? I'm still working on it, but it's complicated, because if you've seen the last episode, you'd understand why that's the case, on why it's taking me a long time to figure out the story. Well, yeah, okay, that's it for the video. Just, yep. Bye.